Welcome back to In Fearless Conversation. Today's episode is an inner monologue from one of our coaches from 261 Fearless Club UK, Charlotte Muir. Charlotte is also one of our new 261 Fearless coach ambassadors in 2026. I think what strikes me most about Charlotte's inner monologue is all of the unexpected gifts that running has brought her. How this one thing has truly changed so much. There are many powerful messages in Charlotte's words, and she expresses them so beautifully. As they say in theater, no notes. I'm so happy that Charlotte found running, thanks Sarah, and that she took that fearless step to become a coach.
I think the best way to describe my running journey is unexpected. Because if you'd asked me a couple of years ago if I'd ever call myself a runner, let alone a run coach or an ambassador, I'd have laughed at you. Honestly, I still feel a little bit like I'm saying it about somebody else. I'm not fast. I don't chase distance. And sometimes I still don't really think of myself as a runner. But I lace up my trainers and I go out, and for me that counts. This year feels really special to me. I'm turning 40, which already is a milestone in itself. But alongside that, I've qualified as a coach and become an ambassador for 261 Fearless Club UK. And those are things that I genuinely thought I would never do. Leading people is very new to me, and I still get butterflies before every single session. And there's always that little voice wondering if I'm going to do it right. But I show up. And I think that's something that running has really taught me. Just showing up. Even when you're unsure, even when you're uncomfortable. That's where the fun and the magic is, in the turning up. My running story didn't really start with a big goal or a race. It started with my friend Sarah. She got me into running, as she does with most things. And our runs weren't really about running, they were about chatting and catching up and offloading and putting the world to rights. We're both busy, we've got families and businesses, but that half hour just became our time together. And it kind of replaced the coffee catch-up. We were in our trainers, usually in the rain because we live in Cumbria. And somewhere along the way, without really noticing it, running became part of my life. Joining 261 was a huge step for me. I almost didn't go. I had this image in my head of turning up and being surrounded by marathon runners, all effortlessly fast, disappearing into the distance while I struggled behind. But it wasn't like that at all. It was mixed ability, mixed ages, and every single person was so welcoming. And within that hour-long session, I felt like I'd made a whole group of new friends. And that stayed true ever since. I'm now 6 months into running with our 261 Arnside group, and those Tuesday mornings have become the highlight of my week. Even on the days when it is pouring down with rain, when I'm tired, and when I could think of 30 reasons to stay in bed, I get up and I put my trainers on and I go. Because it's not just about me anymore. It's about this amazing group, this community that we've created, these women that show up, who trust me to lead them, to bring the energy, and I look forward to it every single session. And I always feel better when I've done it than when I started. And that's the thing about running for me. It's not always that good when I'm doing it. Sometimes I feel heavy and slow and everything just feels a bit off. My legs don't want to cooperate, my breathing's not right, it's just not great. But I still do it and I still finish it, and I feel really proud that I went out. Because I could have stayed at home, but I didn't. There's a phrase that somebody told me recently, finish lines, not finish times. And that really stuck with me, because I don't run for pace, and I don't run for medals, and I don't run for recognition. I just run for me. the fresh air, for the headspace, for that feeling afterwards when everything just is a bit better. Becoming a coach has probably been one of the biggest personal shifts for me. I've never really done anything for myself before. And now I get to do something that not only fills me up, but helps other women feel more confident and more included and just able to give it a go. And to me, that means everything. Because if I can do this, someone who doesn't see themselves as athletic, who isn't as fast and still has those doubts, then other people can do it too. I sometimes joke that I'm a bit of a poster girl for inclusivity. I don't fit the typical image, but that's exactly what this community matters to me so much. Because it's not about being the best, it's not about being the fastest, it's just about showing up and being part of something and feeling that you belong somewhere. Everything over the last year has happened quite quickly, from joining 261, training as a coach, attending the Pass the Baton conference, and meeting Catherine Switzer, which still feels a bit surreal. But through all of that, the one thing that stayed really consistent is the people and the connections that I've made through 261. The fact that you can meet someone from another group anywhere and instantly feel like you're on the same team because you share the same values, that means a lot to me. And I think if there's one thing that I've learned every time that I lace up my trainers, it's that you don't have to be brilliant at something for it to be brilliant for you. You don't have to be fast, you don't have to look the part, you don't have to feel confident, you just have to start and the rest comes. So if there's anyone listening who feels a bit unsure, a bit nervous, like they might not fit in, I get it, because that was me. But I promise you that this is the space for you. You might just surprise yourself. For me, running isn't about becoming someone else. It's about being more myself. And that's something that I never expected. And I'm so glad that I've found that. It's just helped me find a version of myself, I guess, that I didn't know was there. I'm a little bit braver and a little bit stronger. And I'm just more willing to give things a go. And I think that's one thing I want to share, is that it doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter how you go out for that run. If you've got the courage to start it, then you're already doing it.